On a rainy spring day, I drove down to UC Santa Cruz from my place in Berkeley. My primary goal was to see their amazing 30-acre organic farm, which in certain circles is the talk of the state. What began in the late 60s as a simple garden has blossomed into a world-renowned 6-month intensive apprenticeship program that's open to both students and anyone with an interest in learning more about farming. The heart of the Center for Agroecology and Sustainable Food is the Alan Chadwick Garden, but there's much more, including broad fields that are farmed both with and without machinery. I caught up with Center Director Daniel Press.
I mean, one of the reasons we're here is that when I first got to California, every time you'd run into a gardener or a small organic farmer, the words Santa Cruz would come up.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
you've clearly spawned hundreds, if not thousands, of people who are affecting organic agriculture, in the United States all the time.
We have over 1,500 alumni from our apprentice program, and then 300 to 400 undergraduates here doing this work. If we had a degree in sustainable ag, we'd have the most undergraduate majors in the country overnight. This place we're in is an ag experiment station, it's a working farm, and it's a teaching facility. It's really a people's farm. It's open. It has fierce devotion by the community. It's a lot of things to a lot of people, from preschoolers into retirement. We like to call this the mothership of organic agriculture.
But it's not only about research. Some of these strawberries, blueberries, and other gorgeous produce will end up at farmers markets and in the university's dining halls.
So we're going to look at the field that services the dining halls?
Yeah.
Well, this is beautiful.
Tim Galarno, a coordinator with UCSC's Food Systems Working Group, explains how their land, the oldest organic farm on any university in the country, helps feed students and the local community.
You're doing real food movement here?
Yes. Yeah, we are. So I started when I was an undergraduate student over 13 years ago. At that time, we had a contracted food service provider. There was a lot of interest from students to change the type of food that was available in the dining hall. And we went self-operated. And what that allowed us to do is just to start connecting to our local growers, different food vendors and producers, to establish guidelines and a different vision of our food system here. It's immediate and present, in terms of for students to better understand their connections. It's their opportunity to work the land and begin to appreciate, perhaps even a little class consciousness, how much work it takes to actually engage in field harvesting and post-harvest handling. They harvest that food, they box it, wash it, and prep it, and deliver it, and feed their peers.
How many campuses in the UC system have done what you've done here and become self-reliant?
Well, 8 out of 10 campuses are self-operated.
And how many would you say are doing a good job of using locally produced food?
Well, they all now are, I think, doing it more so than they ever were before, because each campus has to report where they're sourcing, what they're connecting with, as well as how they're educating their staff and their students around their vision and work. So it's not just about the organic food, it's about that holistic vision of how are we supporting our students and our community, and it touches on many key points of the work and the movement.
That's great work. It's really great work.
Yeah.
A big part of the center's commitment is to grow not just food, but young farmers, which is a good thing.
Wow, they're huge.
Yeah.
They're like plums.
As these students and apprentices from the community move on to become growers, food advocates, and researchers, it's great to know that they have a deep understanding not only of techniques, but of how the food system works.
It's so great. All right, we actually have to fill boxes, or can we just stand there and eat?